Tianjin recruits bachelors, masters as shithole diggers. 294 people have registered, shocking many. It is so difficult for Chinese college graduates to find jobs that even excrement collectors have become popular. Recently, Heping District of Tianjin City issued an announcement on the open recruitment of staff for public institutions in 2025, requiring fresh college graduates with a bachelor's degree or above to participate in the excavation and maintenance of excrement and oil pollution. 294 people signed up. This has sparked heated discussions among mainland netizens, and some netizens lamented that college students have reached the point where they have no food to eat. Jimu News reported that on December 19th, a netizen posted on a social platform that in the 2025 public institution open recruitment in Heping District, Tianjin, there is a position that requires undergraduates to participate in the excavation and maintenance of excrement and oil pollution, and the academic qualifications require a bachelor's degree or above. There are 249 people who signed up to go to Heping District to dig excrement. On the morning of the 20th, the staff of the recruitment unit responded that the position is a professional and technical job, mainly responsible for the maintenance of first-line drainage facilities, pipe network transformation, and on-site construction management. If excrement is involved, the staff is mainly responsible for technical guidance and emergency response. On November 29, 2024, Heping District of Tianjin City issued an announcement on the open recruitment of staff for public institutions in 2025. The registration period was from December 12th to 19th. There is a recruitment position profile to participate in the excavation and maintenance of frontline drainage facilities, including feces, oil pollution, sewage overflow, etc., to ensure the normal operation of drainage pipe network facilities. Follow up on the entire process of drainage engineering renovation and maintenance projects. The position requires the ability to carry out night construction and summer flood prevention work and to undertake heavy physical work. The competent department for this position is the Housing and Construction Committee of Heping District, Tianjin City, and the recruiting department is the Heping District Drainage Management Office. The position belongs to the professional and technical post level 12 and below. The recruitment majors include civil engineering, water supply and drainage science and engineering, water engineering, etc., and the academic qualifications require fresh graduates with a bachelor's degree or above. As of 10 a.m. on December 19th, a total of 294 people applied for this position. 214 people passed the review and 112 people paid the fee. In this regard, some Tianjin netizens said that if they knew the treatment of the public establishment in Heping District, Tianjin, they would understand. Heping District is one of the best districts among the 6 districts in Tianjin. One of the salary items for public institutions is local subsidies, and Heping District has the highest subsidy. The 5 social insurances and 1 housing fund are conservatively estimated to be 10,000 yuan a month. You are asked to dig dung 8 times a month and get 10,000 yuan. Isn't this a good job? Many mainland netizens ridiculed, "I want to encourage my son to study hard, finish his master's degree and doctorate, and then take the exam to dig dung in Heping District." Undergraduates can't do this in the future, and masters and doctors are needed to do it. Be content. Don't be ungrateful. In a few years, the technical instructor for dung picking must be a doctoral student, and the dung picker must be a master's student. Undergraduates and junior college students, they won't even have dung to eat. Some mainland netizens lamented, "This is the final way out for college students. These children finally paid the price for their choice." The mainstream undergraduate degree of the post-80s generation can only dig dung now. Do you think undergraduates understand technology better than dung pickers? And guidance? This world has finally become crazy, and I can't imagine it. China's economy continues to deteriorate, with a large amount of foreign capital withdrawing and companies closing down. The 11.79 million Chinese university graduates of the class of 2024 are now leaving campus. And the reality of unemployment after graduation is everywhere in China. It is reported online that college students who can't find jobs in Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and other places in Guangdong are living on the streets and sleeping under bridges. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of the current situation of college students. A Chinese university teacher told VOA that now, no matter how big a professor is, he has to focus on employment, and teachers are reluctant to do so. Schools can't avoid cutting corners when counting employment. A well-known Chinese population scholar emphasized that the difficulty of college students finding jobs has no direct relationship with the number of graduates. Unless the economic situation improves, the tide of unemployment will be difficult to stop. A primary school in Liaoning, China, gave students dog food leftovers, and parents cried bitterly. On December 19th, a school cafeteria in Liaoning, China, was exposed for feeding students with leftovers poured into dog food buckets. Parents who learned the news cried bitterly on the spot. Let's see the details. It is reported that, in the school cafeteria of Wulidian in Wulidianzi town, Bengxi Liaoning, a parent of a student, witnessed the kitchen staff pouring the students' leftovers into the dog food bucket. And when the food was insufficient, the food in the bucket was refilled for the students to eat. Parents checked the surveillance and found that similar behaviors occurred repeatedly. Some students reported that the food in the cafeteria was often dirty and messy, causing vomiting and diarrhea. Many parents lost control of their emotions on the spot. Some cried bitterly, and some angrily denounced letting children eat dog food. Qin Peng, host of Qin Peng Observation, said, "The first is that the CCP's officialdom, the entire school management, etc., have become more morally corrupt. And it is closely related to the CCP's education system, which will also be reflected in this process. Second, we say that Chinese schools have been industrialized for many years. So many of these school leaders also have some business in this officialdom, so in this case, they actually treat them as an investment and are eager to recover the cost." After the incident was exposed, the parent group collectively reported the situation to the local education bureau and market supervision department, but the school blocked the monitoring and cut off the investigation until public opinion remained heated, and the local government claimed that it had set up a special task force to investigate. Tang Jingyuan, host of Vision Express Comments, said, "It is very difficult for parents to supervise. This is because these schools use canteens to supply food, which is almost an absolute monopoly. It can actually be said that it is a complete closed interest chain, so it leads to the fact that the supervision of food safety is almost completely ineffective. Food safety problems frequently occur under the rule of the Communist Party of China. In October of this year, a school in Yunnan was exposed for providing stinky meat for students to eat, reflecting that the institutional supervision loopholes have not been resolved. Crisis escalates for New Year. CCP refuses to help, fueling stock market gambling. China's stock market is known as the casino. The Chinese government's recent policies to stimulate the economy have rekindled the desire of domestic retail investors to gamble. They have invested money one after another, pushing the stock market to the largest level since 2008. However, subsequent waves of stimulus measures by the Chinese Communist Party were disappointing, and the stock market fell rapidly like a roller coaster. The Wall Street Journal reported on November 19th that just as the CCP's stimulus measures were wavering, Trump was re-elected as President of the United States, and ongoing tensions between China and the United States have intensified risk aversion. The CCP will face another turbulent year. Michael Kelly, global head of multi-asset at Pine Bridge Investments, believes that China is facing huge uncertainty, which the market does not like. Laura Cooper, head of macro credit at investment management firm Nuveen, said Nuveen had become somewhat more bullish on Chinese stocks driven by previous stimulus measures. But now, the global investment strategist's optimism is tempered by the uncertainty over tariffs. Recently, the Chinese Communist Party's stimulus measures have not impressed the market because the Communist Party has focused its energy on resolving local government debt and has had no time to consider other core issues. Perhaps, to a certain extent, the Chinese government is conserving ammunition for a new round of the trade war. The Wall Street Journal reported that even if the Chinese Communist Party announces long-awaited major stimulus measures, triggering a new round of stock market gains, some people are still worried that it will be a drop in the bucket and that it will be too late. Nuveen's Cooper believes that we are at a critical moment, and people are concerned about the scale of the CCP's stimulus measures and how quickly they can be rolled out. The Chinese government may wait until the first quarter of next year before taking action, when the situation in the United States will be clearer. In our view, that may be too late. Nikkei reported on November 19th that data from EPFR, a U.S. research company that tracks the flow of investment trust funds around the world, showed that from November 7th to 13th, stock funds in emerging market countries had outflows of approximately 7.4 billion US dollars. Outflows hit a new high since August 2015. Outflows from Chinese equity funds have been notable. Chinese stock markets experienced outflows for 5 consecutive weeks. Outflows in the past 4 weeks reached $16.9 billion, equivalent to an all-time high.